Thank you for joining me on the channel today. My name is Trent. Welcome to Highway Spec, where we spec out some of the latest and greatest vehicles, and today is no exception. Finally, the configurator is live for the Kia EV6 GT model. So yes, this is the high performance model of the EV6. So we are going to spec it out. Let's jump into it. All right, so the EV6 has been out for a little while. It's been available in the GT line, which looks like the GT model, but now you have the actual GT trim, 576 horsepower, does 0 to 60 in 3.4 seconds, which is not bad. I think it's actually an attractive vehicle from this view that was just there on the screen. The front end, not so much. It does look out of proportion, but the side and rear three-quarter, and even the rear, I really do like the look of this vehicle.
Very nice. Right.
Let's take a look at it. First of all, I looked through this a little bit earlier without speccing it, but I do like that Kia, they did definitely cherry pick it, but 0 to 60 faster than a Ferrari Roma or a Lamborghini Huracan Evo Spider rear wheel drive at 3.4 seconds to 60. Obviously having the instant torque of an electric motor helps you out in that regard, but interesting that they had to find a version of the Huracan that they could beat out 0 to 60.
They're trying.
Now, there are not a ton of options on the GT model, but you can see we start with the wind rear wheel drive version, 77.4 kilowatt hour battery, but we need to obviously get the right version of the vehicle, and that's where we go here at the bottom. Obviously you can add the all-wheel drive GT line, which looks very much the part, GT line E all-wheel drive, and then the GT, which starts at $61,400. Now the big difference between the GT line and the GT is you get these 21-inch wheels, you get larger brakes with the green caliper, and then on the inside you get some green accents. And that's it. It does not do much to differentiate itself.
Stay humble.
Which is good or bad depending on how you look at it, but there are also fewer color options, as you can see here. So let's take a look at a couple options. You've got the Snow White Pearl, you've got the Runway Red, Aurora Black Pearl, and the Steel Matte Gray. Now, like I mentioned earlier, this view, I really do like. This view, I really do like. This view, this is where it starts to fall apart. It just looks way too narrow and very square. It's kind of just out of proportion. And because of that, I want to pick the black just so it tones down that look a little bit. But at the same time, those lights really do stand out. I don't know if it makes that big of a difference. But hey, it does look attractive even in black, especially with those green accents. I think the blue, it does not work very well. But the interior, you can see you've got those green accents, green stitching, green on the seats, green on the steering wheel, and you do have these GT bucket seats. So that is one other differentiator, but not too much different. You do have the Alcantara there. But interesting steering wheel. It does have a flat bottom, but the two-spoke design is definitely not my favorite. So standard comes with same battery, 77.4 kilowatt hour battery, 206 miles of range. Obviously having more power, it does go down, bigger wheels, things like that. It does take its toll, unfortunately. So you do have an electronic rear limited slip, and you do have the GT drive mode. Some of these features there only on the GT model, but still, that's unfortunate that it does take so much off the range, but you do pay that price with it being quicker. So we are going to add the interior light kit. I really do like how a lot of vehicles now have a lot of interior lighting options, and I would definitely go with that here. Not going to do the tow hitch. Don't plan to tow, obviously. In this, it's meant for like bikes or skis or things like that you can stick on the back. But I am going to avoid that, and pretty much all the options don't really have a desire for. So like I mentioned, there are not many options that you can put on the new EV6 GT, but it's still going to be $63,515, which seems like a lot, but when you compare it more to like a Model Y or even a Model 3 Performance, which would be a little bit quicker, 0 to 60, but wouldn't have the same cargo versatility, it's not that bad, but it is coming from Kia rather than having access to, say, the Tesla supercharging network that you get with Teslas. You're going to have to go through, whatever you can find out there, which the infrastructure really is not quite there yet. So all we did was add the black paint and the interior light kit. Otherwise, pretty well equipped. $63,515. What do you think of the spec? What do you think of the Kia EV6 GT in general? Make sure to drop a comment below. If you made it this far, first of all, thank you for joining me. And if you made it this far, I do ask that you like the video, consider subscribing, clicking the bell notifications, all the things the YouTube algorithm loves, so that they push this video out to more people, so that I can make more videos like this for people like you. Thank you again for joining me. I will catch you on the next one.